Hello, everybody. This is Daniel Wynn. Welcome to today's episode of the Cash Flow Capitalist podcast. Today, I wanted to share the difference between being a private lender, where you fund real estate loans with your own money to earn high yields with secured against safe real estate, versus brokering a loan to another investor or an investment company that does this more than you do, that has more money to lend. And this is a great way to leverage the leads that you're bringing in, because you're going to receive all these different leads and you can choose to A, fund it, B, ignore it, or C, broker it if the loan meets the qualifications that the other lenders are accepting and underwriting and buying and closing. So in this session, I want to talk about the Loan Broker Mastery program that I created a few years ago. And I've been teaching people for many years how to become a successful loan broker, as well as sharing with people how to become a successful private money lender. So let's begin. If you'd like to earn an extra $5,000 or $10,000 a month brokering loans from home without any of your own money or credit, you're in the right place, because we're going to speak about that today. My goal for this podcast is to share with you the value of building relationships with lenders, other wealthy investors, and other real estate investors. You may actually joint venture a loan with another investor. You might get a loan for $400,000 on $1 million property. You only have $200,000, and I could match you up, or you could find one of your other friends or other private money lenders and partner with them, and you can both be lenders. We just closed a deal like that yesterday. One lender found a deal. He only had $150,000 out of $300,000. They had 3 properties as collateral, $1 million in collateral, and he funded $150,000, and I found another investor that funded the other $50,000, and now they have a very, very awesome, safe, secure private money deal. The other goal for this podcast is to provide you with proven lending sources that would fund these deals. I'll show you a couple of sources, and it's inside my training programs and on my website. You can find it. But there's like one in particular that gives you access to probably 70-80% of all the lenders in the United States. And lastly, I want to show you how to automate your home, how to automate your lead generation, receiving your applications and approving them, or letting people know you will not be handling or funding that deal, and then share with you which groups to contact that are the best for leads. So who's Daniel Wynn? I'm a happily married man with a beautiful family. I love my country, and I believe in working hard and smart. I've brokered over $400 million in loans. I live in Las Vegas, and I'm the creator of this podcast, the Cash Flow Capitalist podcast, that can be seen on Spotify and YouTube. Let me tell you how I got into brokering loans 3 decades ago. I was flipping my first house, and I got into, while I had just entered into the loan brokering business. And I spent a whole summer remodeling the house. There's a house there in the corner. There was a little frame house on the south side of Chicago. And it was the middle of summer, so it was very hot. I remember going to the hardware store, or the equivalent of Home Depot back then, and lugging the things I needed to do the remodel and hiring contractors, etc., etc. And it took me about 4 months to finish that property. I mean, I was doing it myself with a couple of contractors, and I was new, so it took me longer than it probably should have. But after that 4 months, I earned a whopping $6,500. And that was a great first property that I flipped, $6,500. This is 30 years ago. But in the meantime, after I would get done remodeling the property, or spending the mornings fixing up the property and going to the hardware store, I would come back to my office and I was brokering loans. I was calling people that had high interest rate loans, and I was asking them, do they want to refinance to a lower interest rate loan? And in that same 4 months, I closed 8 loans, which was about 2 per month. And the average fee on those was $3,000. So I earned $6,500 for remodeling the house, but I earned $24,000 in revenue brokering loans. And the light bulb went on, and so began my loan brokering and private lending career. So who is this podcast for? It's for any real estate investor out there who needs funding for their own deals, who wants funding for deals in the future, rehab, rental loans, short-term loans. It's for mortgage brokers that need alternative lendings to their current regular lenders. It's for realtors who are trying to sell more properties. It's for builders and remodeling contractors who need financing to help them get more gigs and more business from their leads that they're working with. And it's for any motivated person out there who wants to learn a business, a great trade, and earn cash flow now. So how to get where you want to get financially? I believe in home ownership, and I believe in owning your own business. In this podcast, we're talking about brokering loans. So brokering loans is a great part-time business, and it's an even better full-time business once you know what you're doing. I want to share 3 secrets on my success as a loan broker and that you could use as you begin to build your loan broker business. Number 1, you have to build relationships with wealthy investors and lenders. And you want to have them calling you, asking if you have more deals. And I'm going to go over the ways that you can do that throughout this podcast. Number 2, we need to automate any functions that you have. Lead generation, loan submissions, ordering title and appraisal, ordering insurance. You want to automate these and use the data and the software that's available so you could do this quickly. Number 3, how to get mortgage brokers and realtors to send you loans that need funding every day. Number 1 secret is to build relationships with wealthy investors. And building relationships is easier than you think. Obviously, if it's a cold relationship because you cold called somebody, that's one thing. If you can get them to call you because you sent out some sort of marketing, that's always better. I always liked picking up the phone and taking that lead versus getting on the phone and cold calling and dialing for dollars. But whatever works, they're both effective once you put in the effort. So you must get started as soon as possible. You can buy lists of people with pension plans. You could buy lists of private money lenders. You could find lists if you want your own private lenders, right? So there's a difference here. If you want to have private lenders, meaning that you have the relationship one-on-one with them, then you would do this. If you just wanted to use current lenders that are out there, that is the other strategy. And I said I would share with you the number 1 place where you can find 80% of all lenders across the United States. So the idea is once you get a list, you would follow up with them and you'll set up some automation. I use an autoresponder, which basically emails them every week some opportunity or some loan opportunity that I want to share with them. You are just one relationship away from changing your future. Once you have a handful of lenders and wealthy investors, and once you've built that relationship can grow for many, many years and be very profitable for both parties in the future. Number 2, automate your lead generation and applications. There's a lot of great mortgage software out there that you can have for $50 a month or $90 a month, which allows you to send somebody a link by text message or by email, send them out a link, they fill out an application, and then it actually can allow them to, if let's say you tell them that they need to send a bank statement or some copy of some documents that you need in order to process the loan, there's actually software where they take a picture with their phone and they send it to you and it gets loaded up directly as a PDF into your software. There's many companies like this that are available, and I'd be happy to share them with you if you ask. But this is the kind of automation you need so you're not spending your time on fax machines or, God forbid, in person or in the mail. You want to have this automated so you can hire a VA, a virtual assistant, for a couple hours a week, or an answering service that can take the applications and then get back to those quickly with your decision. Having a CRM is another version of mortgage software. Mortgage software, CRMs, customer relationship databases are all so affordable these days, and they're so amazing what they can do to help you stay in touch with people by text, by email, by video. And you must really embrace this software in order for you to build a part-time or full-time private lending business and loan broker business. Contacting mortgage brokers and realtors. So if you're going to concentrate on two groups, those would be the number one and number two people that I would solicit for loans. Mortgage brokers are looking at deals every day. Now, you're not looking for the people that are buying a house and need an FHA loan, or buying $1 million mansion and need a $700,000 loan. We're talking about finding mortgage brokers that are dealing with investors. And if they're dealing with investors, they're getting investor lead inquiries, and some of their lenders are turning down their deals. You're going to call these mortgage brokers and ask them to send you their deals. And when they send you their deals, you'll be able to get some of those approved. You'll be able to bring in some commissions, and all parties will get compensated for the effort. The plan to getting leads: simple. Buy a list of mortgage brokers or realtors in your area. These are readily available online for very little money. Call the mortgage brokers, ask if they have any turndowns, and ask them to send those turndowns to you. Put them in some sort of email autoresponder sequence so they're hearing from you weekly. Email them your guidelines and loan application, and follow up once a week and by email and by phone, and develop that relationship. Once you get your first few mortgage brokers and your first few realtors, you will see how this will give you a steady flow of leads to build your business. Let me ask you a question. Have you ever felt overwhelmed? I've been there. After the 2008 real estate and market crash, I got knocked down pretty good. I was on the ground, beat up, bruised. I had a new construction development that went bust, and I crashed like so many other real estate investors. After that crash, I moved to the West Coast and started over in San Diego with no contacts, bad credit, and no savings. And I have a saying or philosophy, I have a philosophy that I live by, and it's called broke is a temporary condition, poor is a state of mind. And I'm not poor, we're not poor, and I didn't want to stay poor. So I worked my way back up and created the beautiful life that I have today. I wanted to make money and start over, so I worked hard, and I created, because I had so much time on my hand in San Diego, I created a training system so I could teach my referral sources how to send me leads, how they can use their database to get leads, and how they can send them to me. And that's the system that I call the Loan Broker Mastery, and that I'd like to share with you a little bit about that right now. Okay, so Loan Broker Mastery 2.0. Okay, loan brokering is the perfect business. It's the business of selling money. And as a loan broker, you don't need any experience. You don't need a credit check in order to broker loans. You don't need to borrow money. You don't need to have a real estate or mortgage broker license. You don't need an office. You don't need employees. And there's no selling to your friends. Just need a burning desire to succeed. Let me tell you the story about one phone call and how one phone call can earn you over $50,000. This was about my third, fourth year in the business, and I got a phone call. I received a phone call from a mortgage broker. I was advertising in Craigslist of all places, and he saw my marketing, and he picked up the phone and called me. And he was an experienced loan broker, but he had already been turned down for this transaction. So what the hell did he have to lose, right? He gave me a call. And he called me up and said, hey, I have a commercial property. It's these doctors with good credit, and they're buying a hospital on the west side of Chicago. And it's free and clear, and they need to, they're going to put down a certain amount of money, but they need to get some money so they can fix the property up. Would you be interested in financing that for $500,000? And I told him that, hey, I would be there next week, so let me come by and walk the property, and I'll let you know if I can find investors for you. So I went there the next week. I walked the property, met the loan brokers. We're still friends today, almost 10 years later. When he comes to Vegas, we often still go and have an adult beverage and a good meal. And I walked the property and I go, hey, I think I can get this done. I have some people that have some money they're looking to put to work. And I found them a qualified investor that received a 15% yield, and I had my servicing spread built on top of that. So on that closing, I earned a $21,000 fee, and then I had servicing spread for the next 4 years. And that revenue totaled over $50,000. Not using any of my own money, not using my own credit, I brokered my first $50,000 deal. So how many people would like to get one of those in the next year or two? So that was a pretty great day. And what do you do when you celebrate and you get a $21,000 fee at closing? Fun night in Vegas, baby. So I was able, I lived in Vegas, so it wasn't hard I didn't have to jump in a private plane and spend 4 hours going from Chicago to Vegas. I had a really great time celebrating that big commission check. And I hope you will too when you close your first big commission check. So what I created was a loan broker training program that allows you to broker loans and be trained video-based. You can go step by step what you need to do to become a loan broker. And for those of you in the audience that are thinking about starting your own business, this really is a no-brainer training program if you're interested in brokering loans. And besides the 24 different videos that we have and the online and the continuing education and a one-time investment for the program, we also will give you special bonus number 1, which is a done-for-you co-brokering program. We teach you how to find deals, qualify them, send them to us, and you don't even have to broker them. If you don't want to go looking for the lenders, send them to us. We'll send them out to our proven lenders, and we'll split the commissions. Let me give you another win that we did. Here's a commercial loan that I co-brokered with a company in California. It was an apartment building from one of my repeat customers that he wanted financed. Now, I don't typically do commercial deals. I only do them when the loan to values are reasonable and the borrower is an excellent borrower and the property appears to be fundable and brokerable to me. I don't do these high leverage ones. I don't do gap funding, second mortgages, properties that need to be spend $1 million on rehab. I don't waste my time on those. But on this particular deal in Chicago, we got this borrower a 30-year loan, and there was a $29,000 commission that we split with the person that brought us the deal. So these are 2 examples of deals that you could be making some awesome commissions in the upcoming year. I also have a special bonus if you want to get involved, where we will joint venture real estate with you if you bring us deals that meet our criteria. What that means is that we can fund deals that you find up to 100%. We'll put up 100% of the money if they meet our criteria. You can use our contracts, our attorneys, and our money. And if you know how to find deals that are undervalued, and I'm not talking about rehab projects where you're buying it for 100 and you got to spend 150 on it. I'm talking about properties that we can buy, put the minimal amount of work into it, and sell. Rehab projects that need extensive gut this, gut that are not my bag of tea. I'm sure there's somebody else out there that might love to do that with you, but that will not be me. So joint venture deals is one of the best ways that you can make some serious money if you know how to find the deals yourself. Do you want to partner with us in the future? That's the question I'm asking you today. So we sell this online training program for as much as $9.97 over the last 3 years. And you get the loan broker training program, lifetime support, the 3 bonus modules, which is done for you co-brokering, real estate joint venture deals, and the monthly coaching calls. If you're interested, the normal retail price or investment for this is $9.97. But if you are interested today, we are going to offer this for only $497. So go to www.loanbrokermastery.com and you can watch a video there and you can learn the details about what we have to offer and see if this is for you. Love to work with you in the future, and we'll give you a no-risk money-back guarantee. If you're not satisfied after 30 days of reviewing our training program and the bonuses and our training, we will give you your full refund at the email here, or just contact us at the office. But I want to make this even better. If you decide to work with us, when you decide to work with us, for people that get involved in this year, 2023, I'm going to give you a risk-free offer that you can't refuse. I was talking with different people, like, what can we do to get more people involved that could send us deals and we can make money together? And somebody on my team suggested that when they close a loan with us, that we refund them their investment. So here's my offer. If you invest in this training program, $497, and once you close your first deal with us, meaning whether we co-broker it or we fund it in-house, we will, once you get that commission, you'll receive commission for doing that, but we'll also refund you your $497 investment back. So this is a money-back guarantee plus. It's a no-risk, how can you refuse offer. I hope that you'll take us up on this. We look forward to working with you. Please contact me with any questions you have or any thoughts or ideas on how we can make money together. And I thank you for listening to today's podcast, and I'll see you next week.